It's like my eyes have been opened, so things are more clearer now.
Hello, my name's Becky. I live in Rochester. I'm married to Russ. I have 4 children, grown-up children, 3 grandchildren, and I've been a Christian for nearly 40 years.
Hi, my name is Tracy. I'm married to Andy. I have 2 grown-up sons, 1 teenage son and 3 stepchildren, and I live next door to Becky.
Early in the new year, Tracy came round and knocked on my door and said, "Oh, Becky, have you got a Bible?"
I had a Bible on my bedside table from a few years back. Was going to church with a couple of my husband's childhood friends. Just picked it up one evening and started to read. My eyesight isn't as great as it used to be, so I was having problems, and so come straight round to Beck and asked if she had one with bigger words. Really?
So I said, "Oh, yes, okay, that's really interesting. I'll go and see what I can do." Came home, had a rummage on the shelves, went back and knocked on her door and said, "Here you are, try this Bible, but would you consider doing something where we could share the Bible together? We could talk about what it means and how that affects us and the way we live. Would you like to do that?" And she said, "Oh, yes, I would. I would really like to do that." Thought, well, that's great. And luckily I had the Word one-to-one on my shelf. And so I thought this would be a really good opportunity to use that to help Tracy access God's Word in a better way for her. Tracy and I quickly settled into a lovely rhythm of using the Word one-to-one. The way it's set out in episodes. We weren't actually getting through a whole episode in a session. The conversations were ranging far and wide. It was absolutely great. Such a privilege. And then lockdown happened, and all of a sudden we felt we couldn't meet, and Tracy was talking over the fence, had said to me, "Oh, aren't we going to be able to meet? Only I really miss it. I really want to carry on with this, looking at the Bible. It's really interesting." So I said, "Well, I'm sure we can sort something out. I'm sure God's got a way around this." And I gave it a bit of thought, and the weather being glorious as it was in those first few weeks of lockdown, I suddenly thought, but we're always in the garden talking over the fence. Why don't we just put the chairs at the bottom of the garden and carry on with these sessions through the fence? So that's literally what we did, and we just had a wonderful, wonderful time.
Reading the Bible with Becky it's been amazing. She's so helpful, and she puts up with me, and with all the questions that I'm firing at her and at Russ over the garden fence, they're always there and they're always patient as well. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. They're an absolute inspiration to me, really do.
I would really recommend using the Word one-to-one as a way of sharing the Bible, particularly with non-believers. The format, just the way it's laid out, it's really accessible, not intimidating on any level, just really easy to use, and I think it's a great tool.
Christians should share the Bible with non-Christians to get the word out there. Simple.